Welcome to Waiting on the Trade, a comics book club for people who can't keep up with monthly comics. I'm Matt Ledger.
And I'm Patrick Fitzgerald Fleck.
This month, we're talking about Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, an anthropomorphic thriller by writer-artist Patrick Horvath and letterer Hassan Otsman-Elhaou. Now, in case you need a refresher, Beneath the Trees dives into the mind of small-town serial killer and also anthropomorphic bear, Sam Strong. Sam has rules that have stopped anyone in Woodbrook from learning anything about her killings, but that small-town calm disappears when a second killer strikes in Woodbrook itself, prompting an investigation that threatens to lead back to Sam. I wrote that in 2 minutes this morning before I started work. I think that's pretty decent, honestly.
Look at you.
So, Pat, we're Sans co-host because with the Japan trip that I had, I did not really get a co-host scheduled, but we do have a book, which you picked out.
I did.
And I'm curious because we had a couple things you were looking at, one of which I don't know if I want to say less high on, but like I don't know. I feel like it's not as interesting a book to talk about, especially in the first volume. And then one that we were like, hey, maybe we'll talk about this. And then you were like, I'm less high on it after you had like taken a read of it. And then we came back to Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, which we had talked about doing a while ago and then decided we didn't want to for reasons of not talking about anthropomorphic bears again. But we got that good anthropomorphic bear content on this one again.
Just can't get away. The furries, they're everywhere.
Yeah, you want to talk about how we landed on this book?
I thought I knew okay, you were hinting at multiple things, and I knew about one of them, Feral, that I read and then wasn't completely convinced by. What was the first one you were alluding to?
Something is Killing the Children, which is good.
Okay.
It is worth reading, but like the first volume is not really a complete story from what I remember. Like, I don't know if the first story actually ends until like volume 3, technically. It's at least volume 2. It's been a bit since I read it, so like for that reason, mostly, I didn't really want to talk about it on the podcast, and like we would have to talk about like Omnibus or something, I think, to make that work, because I feel like it like ends in the middle in the same way that like when we talked about Ping Pong, we did both volumes. So that was more. I would recommend you read it, but that's kind of why I was like, I don't know if I want to just do volume 1 for the podcast. So. And then Feral, I read the preview of it. Like Image has the first issue online. But had not actually like gotten around to reading all of it when you were like, it's a little bit.
It's pretty. I mean, yeah, it is what it says on the tin. It is a zombie story told from the perspective of house pets. It's like Homeward Bound, but rabies/zombie survival, which is fun. It's just, it did the thing. I bought the first volume and I read it. It's a really quick read. The art is really fun. It's, if you like the, I don't know, Disney.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I said, Homeward Bound. Yeah, like what is it, Aristocats?
It's the like Pride and Prejudice and zombies, right? Like it's Homeward Bound.
It's like a thing. Yeah. It did the thing where everyone is, all the dialogue, it's shit's happening, everyone's freaked out, but so much of the dialogue is just little snippets of sentences, like because they're talking over each other all the time. It got to me. It didn't like. It was supposed to convey the stress of the situation. I understood. It's just like, I don't know. And plus, if you consumed any kind of zombie apocalypse story, you can sort of see where it's going. It's not like, it's an interesting conceit where it's pets and rabies, but other than that, if you've read or watched or anything zombie, you kind of see where it's going.
Yeah, at the risk of turning it into a Feral podcast, like I read the first issue and I got to the end of the first issue and I was like, oh, we're doing that. Okay. Like, it's like, it's pretty, like if cats weren't in it, it would just be a normal zombie story, which is fine.
Yeah. Which maybe there's twists and turns later on to make it more interesting. There's a whole thing about, there's a rabies epidemic and the humans are freaked out about it. And they're like sending CDC officials out to like cull all the animals. So there's something going on. I don't know. Maybe they delve into it later on. But the first
Yeah.
volume is pretty rote. So we didn't go with Feral.
So how did we end up on Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, which I feel like is a thing you read a while ago, actually?
I
Because
was
I
gonna
feel
say
like you
because
had
I
kind of,
owned it already.
I feel like you had mixed feelings on it when we talked about it. Because I was like, oh, I would podcast about that, and you were like, I don't know.
Yeah, again, it's not the interesting thing again is the anthropomorphized world that it's set in, more so than I feel the actual plot of it. If you've watched oh my god, I'm blanking on the show. Wait a second.
I think I know what you're going for.
Right? The serial killer television show.
Dexter?
Wait for it. There we go. Dexter. If you
I was
watch
gonna say, I gave
Dexter,
you enough time, I feel like.
thank you. If you've seen Dexter, like any of it, this is Dexter, but it's a female bear anthropomorphized woman as the serial killer. And they're killing what looks to be like Arthur the Aardvark's like neighborhood. They're going to get their library card and it goes horrible. That kind of thing, which is fun in and of itself, but like the plot isn't like doing anything crazy, I feel.
Yeah, I
Do
feel
you
like
disagree?
no, I think I agree. I think what puts it over the top for me as like a book I would recommend people read is like the art. I don't know, like the art, the layouts, and like the lettering, especially. Like part of the reason I
Yeah.
wanted to get um Hassan Atmanelhau into the intro is like I think the lettering. There's like a lot of really interesting lettering techniques throughout this that do a lot of cool work, and I think like it's very cohesive as a whole in a way that I think makes it better than it sounds if you just like describe it as like the Dexter but animals, I guess, which I've never seen a Dexter,
Sure.
so I'm not sure if that's actually an
Oh,
accurate
really?
description or not. No.
Fair enough. It's very
Um
similar because Dexter is a serial killer and then he's going up against other serial killers.
Gotcha. But like yeah, I think the craft involved elevates it in my mind
For
to the
sure.
point where it's
The
worth reading.
illustrations are really good. And the fact that it's just one guy doing both the story and all of the illustration, that's crazy. That's really cool.
So do you want to just dive right into their anthropomorphic animals, but they're animals? You want to just get that out of the way?
uh sure. I mean we've already dipped a toe, right?
I think it's kind of central to so like there's stuff going on. I so we were talking a little bit before we started recording, and it's like clearly it's a choice. And I
Mhm.
don't think it's just a let's make the story more visually interesting choice. Like there is stuff that's that of like when she's going to talk to Bernie is his name, the turtle, right? Like
Yeah.
Birdie. And like he hides in his shell and then like she gives him the sucker and he puts the sucker down the shell like cuz his head is submerged. Real cool stuff. Very fun. So like you do get that out of it too, but I feel like there is some sort of like there's some sort of weird like comparison of humans to nature thing going on that I like, especially in it's what
Yeah.
chapter 5 is where a lot of that like
Where she has
bears
the
and bears and bears happens.
encounter.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that one's got a lot of neat lettering ones also. Where like I think that's the one where Haas like hides a lettering behind umbrellas and then like mirrors the lettering when there's that like weird mirror in the cave too. Like yeah,
Yeah.
that one's got some good lettering stuff. Ah, the lettering in this is so good. Um, but like, yeah, that's there's some sort of, if not commentary, like comparison. I don't know. There's some sort of like juxtapositioning happening there that is conscious and a real choice. I'm
Sure.
curious how much you got out of that because I'm not sure how much I actually got out of it, but I know it's there. If
I
that
would,
makes sense.
yeah. I mean, Sam, I think multiple times talks about Mother Nature and how it's quote unquote wild and untamable and will do what it wants as opposed to what society wants it to do. I I don't understand the world. Like these anthropomorphized people have evolved. It doesn't matter. I'm being pedantic. It doesn't matter. But it's the world the story's set in, and it just I don't get it. Like she's an anthropomorphized bear, but there are still brown bears, and she sees them and interacts with them. So like the weird, like when did evolution branch?
Yeah, man. There's no way to there's no way to
For
get you over
sure,
that
for
hurdle
sure.
on
The
this
world, the
one.
world building is just, it drives me crazy. I've taken pictures or screenshots of all of the
Yeah.
instances where I see a pet
For
or an
like for the
animal.
people who won't see all of these, because like I'm not gonna put all of them in the show notes. I might try to get the one that is the
Do the
police officer
one,
who is a
yes.
dog and who has the dog that is like the
It's a
exact same dog as
policeman
him.
Doberman anthropomorphized person, and then he's got a he's got a German Shepherd, and he is a German Shepherd. So like, yeah,
I'm saving that one to my desktop right now. That one will get in there because
that was on
I
purpose.
think that sums up your whole your whole deal right
The
there.
questions. It doesn't matter what the story is being told. It doesn't matter. But it's just like they're teasing me. They're purposely poking
How
at me
much
with that specific thing.
how much and I think this comes back to actually the last the last image you posted in your virtual murder board, which I
Yeah.
think is what we're gonna call it.
Also, I think that cat is a cat fireman getting a cat out of a tree underneath the cop dog with the dog.
Yeah,
Just
because
throwing
why
that
not
out
go
too.
for it if you're going for it,
I
man?
mean, yeah, cat's out of the bag if you want. Yeah.
So, like, how much of it is there any world where, like, we are seeing them as animals, but they're actually people? We're examining this way too much already, I feel
Yeah,
like, but
this
it doesn't
isn't
matter.
actually a thing. This is just yeah.
Yeah, 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 but we're here to podcast, so here we
For
are.
sure. Content is content.
Because like, the, Cherry Gherkins one that you posted where she's talking about, "We won't be bullied by your kind anymore," like which again,
Yeah.
expert lettering by Haas there, like, 3 different kind of like, 2 fonts,
Yeah.
3 fonts maybe actually with the under or, like, the lowercase stuff for the mixed
And then
case stuff for
the
the
barista in the
barista,
back.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so much good stuff going on. Um, and
It
then
hints at something, right? That
which
in
is
the
really not
past.
discussed anywhere else, yeah.
Yeah. So like this Sherry Gherkins, who is a pig, is saying "your kind" to a brown bear, Sam. So is this hinting at the fact that the predators and prey, the whole like Zootopia thing, where like in the past the predators were higher up in society? I don't know. It's interesting. There's like a little peek at some world building there.
I
But yeah,
also have,
that's the
like
only like line that addresses it. Yeah, go ahead.
I also have, like, the thought of, like, are we just seeing, like, animal, like, image layering on top of what is actually, like, real, like, quote, unquote, "real people," too? Like, again, and that's the point where I was like, "No, I'm too far into this. This is not I'm
I
not
don't,
meant to be doing this.
I don't think so.
Supposed to
I
just
don't
be reading the story."
like these are actually just people, and they're just choosing to display them as.
Yeah,
I
like,
don't think so. I don't think that
Horvath was
works.
like, it'd be cool if we, like, showed them as animals to kind of, like, do a hat tip towards that theme of, like, it's the quaintest small town you ever did see.
Hmm.
It is quainter than the small town in which we lived in or live in.
Sure.
Um, but at the same time, like, there's this weird undercurrent of, like, it could all bust loose at any moment, right? Like, that's the whole thing is, like, that's why Sam doesn't kill there outside of, like, obviously you have a much higher chance of getting caught when there are 30 suspects or whatever versus, like, in a city.
Sure.
But, like, part of the reason she doesn't kill there is it's just, like, too much for that town, and she knows that. So, but, like, other people are hiding stuff too. Like, it's not just Sam. Like, I forget her name, but the cat who's, like, allergic to lavender and then has
The butcher. Yeah.
yeah,
The
who has, like,
doll of her
the
husband.
doll of her husband, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's other people hiding stuff in that town, and maybe that's what that's about. Maybe it's like, hey, underneath the surface, we all got stuff going on. Some of us are frogs. Some of us are bears. Some of us are cherry fucking gherkins.
Very fucking gherkins. Who's married to an owl? There's another thing I was looking at. Do they have like species couples? And sometimes they do. Like I don't remember the species of her assistant at her hardware store.
I think it's the
But they've
same
got
as his wife. Question
Yeah,
mark?
they're all like a little family of like voles or something. I think they're like maybe a mole because he's got bad eyesight.
Do you feel like the characters being different animals and those animals kind of lining up with again like police person who has a police dog like do you feel like that helped you identify with the characters more actually? Because I feel like it kind of did. Like it helps you. I don't know. Like I feel like it kind of helped me understand each character's deal a little bit more because they're anthropomorphized through a certain animal that kind of represents them.
Sure, like yeah, the fact that the mole guy is timid.
The turtle guy is timid.
Yeah, not as aggressive. But then they got Sherry Gherkins. I guess pigs can be pretty angry, can't they?
I say pigs can be aggressive, man. Pigs will not take any guff if provoked.
I think it's probably a way to hide who the other serial killer was, right? Like before you found out who it was, did you have any guess? Like, did you ever suspect?
It's sort of tough to say because, like, the first time I read it, I'm trying to decide if I flipped through it because sometimes I do that thing where I flip through and look at the art before I actually read it.
Gosh, darn it! Oh, they're
And I
talking about
didn't.
reading the last bit of a book
No, I didn't.
before
No, I
they
didn't
finish
read
it.
it. I didn't read the last bit. But like
Sure.
sometimes with
Okay.
the comic, I'll just flip through it to like look at it and be like, oh, do I vibe with this? Because like that usually
Sure.
actually I can tell. I and like it's such an early reveal also that I'm not sure how many. It's not really a mystery you're supposed to solve. I don't think. Like if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think they drop like enough hints for the reader to figure it out before Sam does. So, like the shots of the killer as he's killing Sherry doesn't. It's like
Yeah,
a leg.
not really descriptive enough.
Yeah.
I was trying to go back because I actually pegged like the first time we meet. His name is Martin. No, it's not Martin because that's the other guy. Ugh, that's so bad. Like I'm forgetting his name, and that's the thing he hates in in the
It triggers
comic.
him. Yeah.
Hold, please,
What is your name, son?
Nigel.
Nigel.
He looks like a Nigel.
He does. But I'm wondering the fact that the whole playing into the stereotypes of whatever animal they are depicted as is a way to obfuscate Nigel as much as possible because you wouldn't suspect the young mouse boy who's taking care of his sickly mother to be the serial killer, right? It's just another layer of hiding him.
Potentially, yeah.
Because we're saying all the timid creatures are
Yeah,
timid. Like
are
you would think
timid.
a mouse would be not a serial
Yeah,
killer,
not
right?
a serial killer. Yeah, I
He would
get
be like
you.
a Wolverine or
Picking up what
something.
you're laying down.
Yeah.
Now I'm flipping through to like see how many times you actually even see Nigel before you learn that he is the killer, and I think it's literally like twice in issue one, and that's roughly it.
Yeah, like I think we meet him and that's about it.
Yeah, I think you meet him in the store, and then you see him at his mom's house
At
when Sam
dinner.
goes over there, and I think
Yeah.
that's because I don't think he's in issue two at all, unless I missed it on a flip through here. So yeah, like I don't think the mystery is solvable. The mystery part of it is solvable before Sam gets to it, like you said. But I also feel like it's
Hmm.
still played pretty fair because, like, at the end of the day, that part wasn't really what it was about so much.
Yeah,
Um,
sure.
I don't know. I like
You
to
see him outside that town hall meeting when they're talking about what happened to what's his name?
gotcha.
The goat. But yeah.
Yeah, I like to track that with quote unquote murder mysteries where it's like, did it play fair with me? Do I feel like I had enough information to, or like, not even if I had enough information, but like once the information is revealed, does it make sense? And I feel like this one's pretty good about that, but also it's not really concerned with
Sure.
that because we already know we've solved the mystery by issue three, right? And there's still three
Yeah.
more chapters left.
Yeah, I was trying to think when I was rereading this if there were other clues, but literally the only clue that we have is the same that Sam's working off of. The
Yeah,
one extra bit that Birdie gave her, the fact that someone sneezed with the lavender when the woman had already stepped out, the cat butcher had already left. So it could be her, but she ruled her out. So then she was basically, it was just a happenstance, right? That he sat next to a lady with lavender perfume
Yeah, with
at the
lavender
funeral,
perfume. Yeah.
which,
That's how you solve
whatever,
them
sure.
sometimes, Pat. Sometimes sometimes you get lucky.
Sure. And again, like you said, it's not the point of this story isn't a murder mystery. It is sort of, but not really.
No, I mean, like, what do you see as the point of the story, I guess? Like, do you have a read on that of, like, what were we supposed to get out of this? Because we kinda talked about the humanity to, like, nature juxtaposition thing, but, like
Yeah. I mean, I think you just take it at surface level. I think it's a serial killer story that has, like, the murders are pretty gruesome and they don't shy away from showing you. And it's also the strange juxtaposition of the childlike setting, right? The childlike characters of this is Arthur or any other
yeah,
kind of like Saturday morning cartoon, and isn't it cute? Oh my god, that goat is crucified
that
on
duck has
this
been
film.
divided into 16ths.
Yeah, so I think that is what this is. It's not. I don't think there is much deeper than that. It's a story of gruesome murder of childlike animal people, which I think it does a good job of. So it's
Yeah.
fine.
How did you feel, like, about the contest between serial killers, I guess? Do you feel like that was an interesting dynamic and, like, an interesting conflict?
I think if I hadn't watched most of Dexter, it would have been more uh, original because it truly, like, that is basically the premise of Dexter. Each season, it's a different serial killer that he's going up against who has come into his territory and is threatening to out him to the cops because they're killing people and the cops might find Dexter's kills. It's literally this. So it's fun in that, like, I enjoyed Dexter and I enjoyed this story, but if like Dexter hadn't, if I hadn't seen that, then I probably would have enjoyed this more.
So you're saying that I had a better reading experience because I've never seen a Dexter.
I think so. I think that is true. But I mean, if someone were to have liked this, I would say, hey, check out Dexter, or vice versa. If you watch
You're
Dexter,
jumping to the end of the
you know,
podcast, Pat. We can't go that far yet.
I think someone would have jumped to that conclusion before me, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. I think it's a fun rooting for Sam, even though Sam has done horrific things, is interesting, forcing the reader or the viewer to be in the position of siding with quote unquote the lesser of two evils, though I don't even know if that's true.
I don't yeah. Yeah.
Because Sam says what, she's killed 42, 43 people in
Yeah,
two
but, like,
decades or so.
so that's not that so 2 decades, 20 years, like, that's what, like, 2 people a
Two to
year?
three people a year, yeah.
How many people does Nigel kill within the span of, like, a week here? At least
I mean, that's those
2?
first three kills, right?
3?
The goat, Cherry,
And
the
then
mole guy.
the mole the mole guy, which is also what I was gonna call him, so I can't really give you grief about that.
I
And then is that it? I think that might be
think that's
it.
it.
He's, like, basically
And I think
lining up
those
a
are the
bullet when
first.
Sam is coming back.
He's stalking a few choices, yeah.
So, like, I think Sam
So
actually probably is the lesser of 2 evils given how
I
quickly
don't know if that's true. I
Nigel's
don't
working
know.
with these people.
I mean, I would say that Sam is. I mean, it doesn't really. They're both serial killers.
Yeah,
So
they're both a mess, right? Like, Sam
if we're gonna measure the sins of both, I would say that the fact that Sam is so methodical and typically covers her trails enough that she would be the more dangerous of the two. I think Nigel would have been caught sooner rather than later because he's pretty messy.
yeah, that's true. Like, just the cherry gherkins, like, chase scene is actually, like, a little bit distressing through it, like,
Yes,
when he, like, cuts off her fingers, and then she's screaming, and then she's, like, running through the school, and he just does that, like, very I don't know,
slow walk kind of thing.
like, that
Yeah.
very casual, like, whoops, like, trips her with an axe or whatever that was there, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually like a pretty a pretty scary sequence, honestly.
Yeah.
Did you know right away when Sam went to go visit Nigel's mother at the end that that lady was gonna die?
No, but I wasn't like overly shocked that that is what happened because I feel like it's a pretty common like show the serial killer as like a normal person and show them having quote unquote like close bonds, and then the shock for the audience is to have them just discard those people as
Them, yeah.
yeah. So I sort of saw it coming, but it was satisfying to have her use her quote unquote only friend as a means of getting rid of Nigel, because Nigel didn't assume that she would do that.
Yeah. Again, like I do think Sam may be the lesser of two evils, but like as far as severity of sociopathy, I guess is the right word. Sam may
I
win.
think the fact that Sam is more capable is therefore the more dangerous or evil.
Yeah, potentially.
She's gonna
That's a
keep killing, man. She's gonna keep killing.
Yeah, but
She's
like
gonna
1 or
take a
2 a
year or
year,
two
not
off and then go back to
3 a
it.
week.
I guess, but again, the frequent what Sam was so worried about is that he was killing so frequently and in the same place, and like was killing people that were tied to him or like close. There was a connection. Sam kills randomly. It's random people in a big city. It's harder for the police to draw lines to her. I did
Yeah.
think. What did you think about this? So the big thing was that Nigel had brought back the paint cans with the body parts from Sam's kill uh, zone, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So Sam killed Nigel to make it look like he killed himself, right? That was the whole like cleaning up the mess. Is that
Yeah.
he killed his mother in a fit of rage at her betraying him to Sam or something like that.
Well, no, I don't.
My problem. Good.
Not that he killed himself, right? Hang on. Now I'm looking.
Because she puts the gun in his hand and makes him pull the trigger.
Oh yeah, I guess.
As we struggled, the gun went off, taking most of your head with it.
Yeah, before being mortally wounded in a struggle with Miss Strong over a firearm. So, like, technically didn't kill himself, but was killed in the struggle, quote unquote. That didn't actually happen, but yeah. So your question is, why would they think that Sam didn't just murder him?
No, my question is like they have. I don't know how many paint cans Nigel brought, and if he only brought the duck guy that she just dismembered. But if it were older body parts, I feel like they couldn't do DNA tests because they may not have that in the system of the random stranger who was murdered. There would be a John Doe or whatever, Jane Doe. But you could date them, right? And I feel like Nigel, if she's been killing for 20 years, I don't know. I felt like there was like a potential line for the investigation to take. But there again, this is a small town, and I don't know if like
by the time they've got it
the
wrapped
sheriff
up,
department
like,
would take the initiative.
deal with that.
Just take the easy case closed, probably.
I mean, like Nigel just came to town from wherever, also. So, like, who knows where he's been killing before he came to town, also, right? Like,
Sure.
yeah, I think
Nigel's like a college student, so if Sam has been killing for 20 years, if he happened to get a body part that was like 15 years old, I don't know. Who knows? I just thought about like, oh, there's a way that maybe they could have actually gotten Sam, but like we're saying, I don't think the sheriff and the small town's going to take
by the time they wrap it up, I think the sheriff's just like done, glad to be done with it. Like,
yeah, just have a clean ending, quote unquote.
Makes sense again. Also, then like, oh, this kid who hasn't been here this long was the murderer, as opposed to the person who's been like running our hardware store for 20 years is the murderer.
Sure, born and raised here. Yeah.
I think the easier narrative is a easier sell for sure.
Makes sense. Yeah, it's a fun story, and if you're looking for the whole serial killer thing, it does a good job, and it certainly does a great job with the gore. If you're looking for some pretty gory images, it's got them too.
gonna say, did you have like a favorite sequence or a favorite page? Because I feel like we have talked about the art a bit, and like we definitely have talked about the lettering. Because I keep on bringing it up, but like the art is
Sure.
very good, and I think it is like we were saying up top, probably the reason you're reading the book. Like the story is good, but like
Yeah.
I think
It's
without
the
the
whole
art,
reason why I originally bought it is because like I really liked the art that was done, and it's the whole thing about these cute characters. Oh my god, this is so gory.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
fun.
I think that that page of like a duck in 16ths
That's what it is. Yeah,
really
yeah,
does
yeah.
tell you. It does tell you what
That
it's gonna be at that point.
that is the shot, and I think they use it as advertising too. So I think they do. That was a good scene.
Just flipping through quick to see if there's another sequence that stands out in my mind. I mean, the cherry gherkins chase scene is another good one. I did actually maybe I wanted to bring up like yeah, I do actually cuz like this is another it's another lettering thing too, but like it's the
Yeah.
combination of the two, so it's when Sam goes to like initially confront Nigel in his mom's house like after she's figured out that it's him
Mm.
and she's talking to him and is like, "Hey, this is getting way out of hand." And then there's those two panels where he's like, "Oh, you startled me," and then he has that just like
I love that
awful,
feeling.
awful smile on his face that like completely sells the mood of like, "Oh, this guy, this guy
He's
is
got
not right.
problems.
He's
Yeah.
no good." And like, I have a blog post in me at some point of like how mixed case lettering is just like by default creepier than all caps lettering, and like you notice how it shifts from being all caps mostly except the O, I guess, like
Sure.
to the mixed case. Like there's something in that for sure. There's something in that where like people u- use that letterers use that mixed case lettering, and a lot of times it's just to denote that like something is slightly off because most comics lettering is all title case.
Sure. Yeah, no, I took it that he was saying like under his breath, like more breathy,
It also just
creepy
kind of
like.
it all yeah, it kind of denotes a feeling of creepiness, I guess is what I'm trying to is what I'm trying to say here. Um, yeah, I think overall the art, which I assume is watercolors. I don't know that I know that for a fact. Maybe I'll look that up for the show notes if I can. But like,
Looks like the background, like the coloring and stuff, is definitely done with watercolors.
yeah, like the art is the strong sell here for sure because I think it does a lot of heavy lifting both on like the characterization and setting the mood, and then obviously like the storytelling is good too. So
Yeah. It is surprising that Sam allowed herself to be stalked by a kid, right? Like you'd think that she would have been more careful than that.
she's been doing it for 20 years and no one has done anything. Like I think
I
it's
guess she got sloppy that one time.
she's just like it's so out of bounds for that small town for anyone to even think anyone would be a murderer that she doesn't like. Although you think in the city too, you
Sure.
would probably want to keep an eye on it. Like when you're, I don't know, you're kind of right.
Because I can't imagine he was like doing a great job. Like he's right behind her on the road. Like you
Yeah,
think
he
she would
does.
have noticed the same car.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like he's the best stalker in the world as far as like staying out of people's way or like
Yeah. So I don't know. Like snapping a twig in the woods while she's dismembering this body. I don't know.
yeah,
But it happened.
yeah, kind of a
Yeah,
quick
I
one.
think definitely. Yeah. I mean, it's a quick read too. And read it for the art. This for the art. But the story is also not bad too. So.
I believe there's a sequel coming.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Ooh.
at least more stuff in the at least more stuff in that like quote unquote universe, I guess.
Oh, so it may not be Sam. It might be something else.
April 2025 it was announced for July 2025, so it might be happening now. That's interesting. I've seen less hype
What?
for that one if I yeah, the first issue has reviews, so it's out there. Beneath the trees where nobody
Yeah,
sleeps.
look at this.
Rite of Spring.
Rite of Spring. There's a duck lady who's found her burial spots. Interesting. Maybe it's the girlfriend of the guy that she just killed
That would be interesting.
who wants answers. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Good book, worth picking up. The library had it in stock, thankfully, so I was able to get a read in before
Oh,
we
nice.
before we talked about it. But yeah, like again, very quick read where like I was going a little bit fast, but I read it over the course of Tuesday night, like
Yeah, it's an easy
easily.
one
Yeah.
one session reading. It goes quick when you, especially when things get going. I
Ooh,
think one issue is only like 25 pages. It's not
yeah.
bad.
The sequel does have the tagline of like those who lost loved ones to her dark temptations are still searching for justice. So that gotta
Yeah,
gotta be a duck guy girlfriend. Has
it
to
looks
be.
like it. She doesn't look old enough to be a mother, so I'd assume, or maybe a sister. Who knows? Who's to say?
The bad thing is that this cover has the awful, awful, awful IDW logo on it in the left corner. I don't know if
Oh,
you're
I
looking.
see. It's the W is the whole thing. Yeah, that's pretty dumb.
Yeah, it's not good. You got anything else to say about this one, Pat, or should we wrap it up with some recommendations?
No, I think that about covers it. But it's just like anthropomorphic worlds. How do they work? And the fact that the author teases like there are actual animals, and here this is the actual animal that this anthropomorphic person is, and it's still an animal. Ha ha
So,
ha.
yeah, we didn't even get into the logistics of like how do the owl and the
Yeet.
pig have sex.
Yes. Well, yeah.
It's
Okay,
pretty
that's a whole
easy.
thing. Me doesn't make any sense. Like, there's a shot. One of the issue covers is Sherry Gherkin's looking at a butcher shop with pig heads on the shelf.
It's so
Wow.
wild. I love it. It's absolutely on
Ah.
purpose. Like, there's so many instances of that sort of thing that you pointed out, where it's just like the animal and the animal person.
It's for sure on purpose. It's to drive people like me a little bit
Insane,
nuts.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, which is fine. I appreciate that.
I feel like I was very tame in that I didn't ask you to consider owl versus pig sex at all,
I've
so
just brushed over that real quick. Don't worry. There are same species couples, like the butcher cat lady. I think her husband was also, at least maybe not the exact same species of cat, but I think he was also a cat. But yeah, then
can
Sherry
can
Gherkin's
any of
has got
them
an
really
owl.
consent though, Pat?
Can they consent? Yes, Matt. Yes, these can.
My recommendation is My Boyfriend is a Bear.
No, a true horror story.
It's got a slightly but nebulously anthropomorphic bear in it, and that makes it weird, but also
I
heartfelt
feel
in a way
like
that's great.
the important thing is sentience versus sapience. There is a difference, and it's important. Okay.
I mean, if we're not gonna look too deeply into this one, maybe we shouldn't have looked that deeply into the My Boyfriend is a
This one
Bear one.
has they're people. They wear clothes. They go to jobs.
The bear in My Boyfriend is a Bear wears clothes and goes to a
No,
job.
no, Matt. We're
He
not
does.
opening this up again. You are
You
wrong,
you brought up a thing that is happens in that
Matt.
book. You open
Matt,
it.
the woman in love with this bear only calls him Bear. She doesn't even give it a name.
Him? Thank you very much. Anyways, what's your
Sure.
recommendation?
God damn it. Is boyfriend is a bear really your recommendation?
Yeah, absolutely it is.
Jeez. Don't read that. Don't read it, listeners. Don't do it.
If
If you
you
like
want
this,
to be stymied
no,
by the
no,
world building of anthropomorphic animals, I
no,
say.
no.
Anyways, what's your recommendation, Pat?
Uh, Comic wise, I didn't really have anything. I always another one of these anthropomorphic. Maybe we'll dive into it for a continuing series. Black Sad, I've always wanted to read because the art there again looks amazing, and I hear decent things about it. I don't know. Have you read any of Black Sad?
I'm not actually. That's one of my holes.
So yeah, maybe in the future we'll do one of those because we can continue this series of anthropomorphic people. What's the deal? Can I fuck them?
I'm looking it up.
Um,
I'm looking it up now, and this is not my recommendation because I haven't read it, but like I like Daniel Acuna's art, and most of the time I like Rick Remender's writing, so this is probably a decent one too, and I'll send it to you in the chat here, Pat. But there's a
hmm.
recently started Image Comics series called Escape, which is in the X meets Y tagline, tagged as Inglorious Bastards meets Black Sad. So, I
Oh,
mean,
oh, that is a dog guy.
it's not my
Cool.
recommendation because I don't know. I have
Don't
not
know if it's
actually
good.
read it. it's on my potentially to read list. So
Wow, we're just gonna have a continuing series, listeners, of Anthro
we're gonna look at
comics.
that.
Yeah, if you liked this, I think you would really like Dexter. Watch it. It's basically the same story. Um, Other serial killer media that I've watched, Mindhunter is a series on Netflix that they canceled after season 2. It was so good. It's about the FBI developing their psychological analysis of what makes a serial killer. So it's like a historical drama of them building a psych profile, interviewing I think Ed Gein, like really big name serial killers. It's really well done, really good drama on Netflix. First 2 seasons, really good. Yeah, I think that does it for my recommendations. Black Sad maybe looks cool. Dexter, and then
We
Mindhunter.
can't recommend things that we haven't read. We're not supposed to do that.
Why not? Fine, then Dexter and Mindhunter, but Black Sad looks cool. And not My Boyfriend is a Bear. Don't do it. It's not worth it.
Different people like different things, Pat.
They're wrong.
Some people like bears. Anyways, that will do it for this month's discussion on Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. As always, if you want to get in touch with Pat or myself, you can email us at waitingonthetrade@gmail.com. You can also find more comics-related goodness at mattreadscomics.com. Pat, good pick. Quick discussion.
Yeah.
Enjoyed the book, though.
Happy Halloween, everybody. Hope you had a good one.